Good morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at the time this recording. This is episode 185 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. And listen, we are here with another NBA basketball episode for you. We just uploaded episode 184 yesterday. Check it out, please. It's awesome. It was 4 of us. Today's episode was just 2 of us. Khairi, introduce yourself to the people out there, to our fans and subscribers, man.
Yo, what's going on, Colin? What's going on, viewers? And yo, like you said, man, if you tuned into our part 1 of the NBA trade deadline that we covered, shouts out to you. Keep running that up. We got some more coming. We got some more stuff coming for y'all, man. Because this trade deadline it's honestly been the best trade deadline we've got to cover as a pod since we've been together since 2020. We never had a trade deadline this crazy, man. We've never seen stars move like this. We never seen high level role players move like this, and we haven't seen teams shape shift in the way we have seen this past week.
Absolutely.
On this pod, man. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna get it started right off the back, bro. I'm gonna go off into the first trade that I really want to talk about. We just for a disclaimer, in episode 184, we talked about the Luka Doncic trade, of course, the one that broke the internet. And then the one that followed up shortly after that, the Aaron Fox trade to the Spurs. So we're not going to be talking about that this episode. If you want to hear about that, man, tune into episode 184. But first trade that we're going to talk about for episode 185, man, is your boy, your former Philadelphia 76er, Jimmy Buckets, got his wish. He's left Miami. He's out of there.
Jimmy Buckets, man.
Jimmy Buckets in Miami has been a nice era, man. Got him to 2 finals, but he wanted a man. He got himself shipped to the Golden State Warriors. The team, Steph Curry and Draymond Green. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read off the full package what everybody got from that trade, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and give me your thoughts about that. All right.
All right. Say no more.
The Golden State Warriors received Jimmy Butler. This is from NBA.com, by the way. Jimmy Butler and 2 second-round draft picks from the Miami Heat. Mm-hmm. The Miami Heat received Andrew Wiggins, Slow-Mo Kyle Anderson, Davion from the Raptors, and a 2025 protected first-round pick from the Wizards.
Okay.
The Jazz received Josh Richardson, KJ Martin, and 2 second-round picks, 2028 and 2031, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Pistons received Lindy Waters, Dennis Schroeder, and the 2031 second-round pick. And the Toronto Raptors received P.J. Tucker, who's probably not going to stay there, some cash and a second-round pick. So, bro, just get to the meat and potatoes for me, bro. Jimmy on the Warriors, the package the Heat got back in return. Let me know your thoughts, bro, because this is crazy. This one was crazy right
here. I don't think the Warriors are the winners in this at all. I think they're the losers, in my opinion. The Heat to me are the Heat or Jazz. They're tanking. They got the draft pick, so they win in terms of that aspect. If you want to
capture the flag,
if we're looking at that right, capture the flag. Jazz doing what they're doing. Pistons, they're competitive. Dennis Schroeder as a backup. You know, it's so funny. He made his comments, and then he got traded like 4 different times. It's like, the irony.
Crazy, bro.
So I like that for the Pistons. I like Dennis Schroeder. I think JB Biggerstaff and Dennis Schroeder, I think he'll utilize his skills to the utmost highest capability. So I like that. Now the Warriors. I'll get to the Heat because I got a lot to touch on, but the Warriors was getting to the being potatoes. Jimmy, but so what does this do for the Warriors? Let me ask you. Because it doesn't do anything for the Warriors, in my opinion.
I mean,
it doesn't do anything for them.
I mean, they wanted a second star, bro. The pair next to Steph, and they got him that. They got them a second star. The guy that could go up and put up 20 points a game, give you great efforts on the defensive end. He's clutch. I mean,
I love Jimmy. Don't get it twisted. I mean, Jimmy probably got a bad rep because how he handled the situation.
Absolutely.
I think it's 2 sides to every story. We really don't know how much what we know. Everything is always service level. So we'll probably always get to the behind the scenes of that later on throughout the years. But I still feel like Jimmy to the Warriors. I like this because him and Draymond Green as your like tough guys on the team. Let's look at it from the intangibles aspect. What those guys bring to the team. I think it can help the team massively. You're going to have 2 hardworking, no nonsense guys on the squad. They're not taking BS for nothing. So I think with that, in terms of that, you'll see the attitudes of players. They'll be more committed to the game, approach the game with a different mindset. You got 2 guys like that that's on the court with you every day, most of the time. So I think in terms of that, he's good for the locker room, despite what the public perception may be, because how he handled the trade. I think Jimmy's actually great for the locker room, if anything. Defensively, I mean, Jimmy's 34, 35. How old is Jimmy then? 34,
Like
35?
32 or 33 or something.
32, 33. All right, he can still play defense. We can't expect the superb elite defense. He
I
would,
bet
of
you're right, bro.
course,
He is 35.
he's 30. I knew it. I'm like, man, I could.
I
So
forgot.
see,
Yeah, I forgot. He stayed a little. He played while in
he
college. Yeah.
did. So now I'm like, how much are we really? But he's always look. Every time I looked at Jimmy, the latest photos of him, he's always looked fit, in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we'll see how far Jimmy can maximize his own physical capabilities. But I think with someone like Steph, even though Steph is kind of like having an on and off year, I think age, father time has finally started to catch up to him. Unfortunately, because you're looking at Bron and KD, they still give you 35 and 40. So it's kind of, it's just kind of a little bit sad when you watch Curry play because it looked like you could tell he's really struggling. And
Mm-hmm.
that really's never been the case for him. But now he got Jimmy Butler, and maybe Jimmy Butler takes over a lot of pressure off Curry because Curry magnifies, he commands almost 90% of the attention on the court. So I guess with a guy like Jimmy Butler, that'll open up some shots for him. Definitely. I should see his field goal percentage off the catch and shoot, 3-point percentage. I should see all of that go up when you got a guy like Steph Curry being a massive deterrent. But as far as the team aspect in terms of what they'll do long term, not long term because they're both old. So these guys won't even be here within the next 5 years. But let's
Yeah.
just talk about now. They don't move the needle in the West. I mean, listen, I guess the Warriors with Butler and Curry, you can never count them out because Butler took a squad, but that was the East, right?
Mm-hmm.
The East.
Right.
This is the West. Let's see. Let's see if Butler and Curry could be that squad that could pull like an improbable. But I just don't see anything coming out of this, to be honest with you, for the Warriors. Put some tickets in the, seats in the tickets though.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
No,
definitely get some attendance. So here goes
no,
that part.
I definitely got some of the same like apprehensiveness because Jimmy, bro, he like all the crying and whatnot, bro, and all like the like just the this is it seems to happen every like since he's left the Chicago Bulls. Every team he's gone on. There's been some type of turmoil and some type of drama that hits the media, and there's just like we know he can put all that stuff aside and go hoop and do it at a high level, do it at an elite level. It's just and my question is he going to do that? Is he going to do that with the Warriors throughout his duration there? Because we got to remember he the one of the big reports before he got traded there was he didn't want to sign with the Warriors because he didn't want to sign an extension there. But as soon as he got traded there, they ended up signing him to like 2 years, 121 mil or something like that.
It
So
makes me
he's
want to
locked
believe
in.
how much truth was in him not wanting to go to the Warriors. Kind of made me feel like, was he that hesitant going to the Warriors?
I think he really wanted to go to the Suns, and that was his
But
way.
is the Suns of the Suns are better than the Warriors.
Not really, bro. The Suns is garbage. I ain't spending time
But
talking.
the Warriors aren't that good neither. So
Yeah,
it's like, pick your poison, right? I guess he chose the Warriors. I mean, I don't blame him though.
I mean, like I was saying, bro, they paid him, and he's gonna have to put up with whatever's thrown his way, dog, and not make any turmoil and make any drama come out of this team, dog, or everything is just gonna look like a dumb move on the Warriors end at the end of the day because they got rid of Andrew Wiggins. And
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins was an all-star for the first time a few years ago. We seen him play some of his best basketball of his career with the Warriors, and
They
he was a pivotal part in them winning their championship.
they certainly don't go far without Andrew Wiggins. He definitely
No,
is a major
he was scoring, hitting threes. He was guarding Tatum.
a
Like,
major contributor
mm-hmm.
for them.
So I think that right there is a hurt piece for them in within the transaction. But if Jimmy could pull all that aside, bro, and just keep it hoop and stay healthy, because that's another thing. He's always off the floor. He's never healthy. So if he can stay healthy, bro, and stay on the floor, I I can see it. It's not going to look like the old Warriors that have like such a like the way their play style was, the way like their system was. It's not going to look like that. So it's going to be a lot more ISO. It's going to be a lot more like looking for like having Draymond create for stuff and having Jimmy create for stuff on his own, and looking to the young guys like Kuminga and Moody, who I'm happy they got to keep. But they're going to have them step up to the plate too, and not let Jimmy hinder they like feel me. They
I feel like they will. I
I
feel
think
like
I say that all to say I think the stars have to align in a lot of different ways for this to be a success from this transaction. And by success, I mean they make it to the Western Conference Finals or farther. Because that's what, with this move, bro. It's only that's like it's championship or bust. That's what type of move this is. Feel me? So I don't know, man. I'm still kind of apprehensive about it when it comes to him. But
uh
as far as like what the Heat got in return, I like that return, bro. As
they're
far
the
as
biggest winners in my opinion.
you
Yeah, I
get
mean the
get
Warriors,
Davion Mitchell,
they'll say Jimmy because of the name and what he's
yeah,
done, and I understand that. I really
mhm,
understand that. Why anyone would say, "Well, I really think that he won." I think Andrew Wiggins fits the Heat culture perfectly. I
mhm,
think Kyle Anderson, Eric Spoelstra is a genius coach.
yeah,
Maybe genius might be a little bit hyperbole, But with under him, I think Kyle Anderson is going to be utilized effectively under Eric Spoelstra and Davion Mitchell. What kind of guard doesn't fit the Heat, tough-minded culture like Davion Mitchell? And he was having a resurgence with the Raptors. I'm kind of surprised they gave him away.
yeah. I'm surprised. I'm
So
surprised about that too, especially given the up and down season, the inconsistent season Quickly's had.
yeah, quickly, man, they quit. Boy, he looking like 200 million. They got what? How much they gave quickly? 176 mil, four
Something
years.
crazy like that. Yeah, they gave
Man, he making them look like man. I don't know. I ain't giving up on quickly yet, but
in his defense, I think he's been dealing with like a hip injury
he
or
had
something.
right. He has been hurt, so
Yeah,
that's why I haven't given up on him yet. The way he's been
uh-huh.
playing, I would have given up on him, but
Yeah, but I think given who Quickly is at his best, a guy that can score, can give you 20 points, but at the on the other end is a great defender. He gets through screens. He's quick.
that's
I
true.
think having that pair with Davion Mitchell could have been scary, bro.
I
And
think
that
that's
leads us
true.
to that leads us to the next. Wait, before that leads us to the next trade. What do you give the trade grade for Golden State or for Miami, respectively?
I give the Heat an A+. You got three quality assets from the Warriors. I think they're I mean, honestly, two of the best assets, if you ask me, because outside the Warriors, besides I can't pronounce his last name, but put a Pod
Podzinski.
Pazinski.
Yeah,
There you
he's been
go.
kind of down this season too.
And I don't know what
Yeah.
I think he's one of those rookies. He's kind of like MCW. He not outside the rookie of the year. Play
Mm.
so well your rookie year. It's like, oh boy. And
I
then it's
think
like you get
I
kind
think
of
it's
fooled.
I think it's more of a case, more so like the league kind of figured him out.
No, yeah,
They
that's what
need to
happened to
figure him out a
MCW.
little bit.
And he couldn't shoot that part too with MCW. He couldn't shoot, so that really hurt him. And
Yeah, and Pods is
yeah,
streaky. Pods is
and
super
Pies are
streaky.
really streaky. So it's like,
Yeah,
oof. But you got two of the best quality assets, in my opinion, from the Warriors. So that's why I'm looking at it like, how far do the Warriors go? But the Heat, they get an A+, in my opinion. A- if you really feel like you're not too much of a fan of Kyle Anderson because he can't shoot, but he's still not horrible at shooting, but he still can't shoot still. But the Warriors, to me, you get Jimmy Butler, so that's always a quality piece in itself. So I'll say a B, to be
okay.
fair. A B. The Jazz, they got draft picks. That's all they cared about. Josh Richardson, I don't even know if he's really gonna be there for the Jazz long term. But I like it for the Jazz, but they're gonna tank, so it's not too much to say about them. The Pistons, in my opinion, I'm gonna give them a B+. I like Lindy Waters. I watched him at OKC. He was nice
Uh-huh.
when he played. I think he'll be a good asset for the Pistons if they decide to keep him, of course. Dennis Schroeder, I think he'll be a great fit for the Pistons, and JB Bickerstaff knows how to use a guy like Dennis Schroeder, so I'm all for it. The Raptors, ain't too much to say about the Raptors. Ain't too much to say about the Raptors. Can't really give them
Yeah,
a grade.
don't worry too much about the Raptors because I'm bringing them up in our next trade where we've seen Brandon Ingram. The New Orleans Pelicans traded Brandon Ingram
They
to the
traded.
Raptors
They ain't trade Zion.
for Bruce
Imagine that.
for Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a first round pick, and a second round pick.
Uh,
Uh,
I'm intrigued
I
what the
think the Pels had to do.
Raptors.
I think the Pels had to do it.
No, the
I think
the,
they
the
had
Pels had to do it. This was
yeah.
overdue. Honestly, this was kind
Mm-hmm.
of overdue. So this had to be done. I'm just still kind of baffled. From the last episode, we kind of talked about it. The Mavs traded their star before Pelicans gave up on Zion, which I don't know how to feel about that. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like, But for the Raptors, what's the direction of this team when you bring a guy like Ingram?
And
So you got
that's the question, bro.
all right.
Because you got RJ there playing the best basketball of his career so far. You got Scottie Barnes. Looks like he's going to be a future All Star for years to come.
Absolutely.
And then you got another guy in Brandon Ingram who's a proven star at the wing position, who's a proven bucket getter, proven that he could lead, he could will teams to win. And you throw him in there with this mix with two young guys that are just finding themselves and formulating themselves to become future stars of the league. So it is confusing because like they all play like the same position. They're like the same size.
Well, my thing is you can move Ingram to the 2.
Well, RJ really plays the 2.
Well, but RJ can switch between the 2 and 3. Ingram could play the 3 and 2. He could play the 4. He is 6'9", but he's too. He wouldn't be able to strength wise match up with the 4. So the 3 and 2. So Scottie at the 4. It's not too much of like RJ, the passer he's become. If RJ wasn't the passer he became this season, I would have some major concerns with this. Yeah. 3 guys, but RJ becomes such the advanced passer that he's become this season. I'm like, okay, this can work, right? This should work, if anything, because RJ's not that. He's not RJ. Just give me the rock. I'm looking to score. My eyes on the basket. I'm not thinking about nothing else. That's not the RJ now.
Right.
So IQ, man, he's got to play to that contract. The injury, I'm gonna give him some benefit of the doubt. This Raptors team, from 1 to 5, you got Jakob Poeltl. This is an intriguing team.
Jakob Poeltl, bro.
Jakob Poeltl. I said Jakob. Jakob Poeltl.
Don't forget your boy Grady too, man.
Grady Dick, man. No, he's nice. He's actually but
putting up 15 a game this season.
No, listen, a nice draft pick for them. I'm surprised they scouted him out and they did a good diligence on him. I think he fits with them. The Raptors are in the East, so there's always a chance, right? I don't know where this team goes. I think this is the type of team that needs to spend the off season working together, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
This is the type of team that you don't have no expectations this year, right? There's no expectations. But with this squad, and then in the East, as a Raptors fan, you should have expectations. Because this is a good, like, if you look at on paper, IQ, RJ, BI, Scottie,
Poeltl, Chris Boucher.
I mean, this is like, quickly, come on. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like some scrub team we're looking at. It's not, right? So this is a competitive team. But like I said, I like it for the Raptors. I'm gonna give the Raptors an A- because Brandon Ingram, to me, I still want to see how he adjusts with those 2, though. That's my biggest thing.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think it definitely it favors the Raptors. I think it's a good move. Bringing any type.
It favors the Raptors. It favors the Raptors.
Bringing any type of talent there is a good thing for the Raptors. And a guy like Bi, who's been around, he's going to be going on season 9. Is he?
Season 9. He came in the league since 20. He got drafted in 2016.
Yeah, 2016. Season 9 now. He's considered a vet. We seen him adapt his game. We seen him get better in spots. And like you're bringing up with RJ, Brandon Ingram has shown since becoming a Pelican that he could pass the rock too. He could facilitate a little bit.
Yeah.
So Scottie Barnes, we know for a fact Scottie Barnes could grab boards, push it, pass in transition, score for himself. I think it's an interesting trio, but I think if the right pieces are put around it, it could, like you said, it could be a pretty competitive team and competitive in their sense to be next year, maybe looking at like play in or like bottom of the playoffs. So I mean, but for the Raptors, I'll give them like a B plus A, because again, like acquiring any type of talent is a plus for them. But as far as for the Pelicans, bro, I just don't see what type of direction they going in. I don't understand what they got going on, what they're trying to do. They still got CJ, they still got Zion, they got DeJounte who's out for the season.
The Pelicans are like I don't know what's inside New Orleans. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if it's the water. I I'm baffled. The injuries that they've had, it's
Uh-huh.
just unprecedented. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what to say. It's like I don't know what's going. I don't know if it's the training staff. I don't know if it's the medical staff. I don't know what's going on over there.
All I
Man,
can say is I feel bad for Willie Green, man, because I think he's a really
I
good.
feel like I feel like he's gonna be scapegoated,
Oh, for
and
sure.
it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Like if you really watch the game, if you're not a casual, Willie Green's actually a great coach. He's not a great coach. He's a good coach that can turn into a great coach.
Right. Right.
But he was given pieces that have been completely massive and utterly disappointing. Like Zion. Like, let's just say he's been disappointing. I mean, there's nothing else to say but disappointing. Like,
Yeah.
it's the truth.
And
Brandon Ingram.
it's got to hurt more to see a guy you traded for a star and DeJounte Murray. You traded Dyson Daniels,
And
and
then you watch him blossom and turn into like,
he's over there killing it.
and it's like, wait a minute, this could have been us. And it was for us, but was he not being utilized? Now, this is where I might have a little bit of an indictment with Willie. Was he not utilizing Dyson Daniels? Or was it not like what was the issue? Because for him to blossom like that, the way he is with Atlanta, it's kind of like, okay, it's got to be something going on. Because
I don't. I personally don't think that way. Maybe Pelicans fans or somebody that watches them more
maybe they could comment.
could
Yeah.
argue different. But me personally, from what I've seen, I thought Dyson got plenty of opportunity when he was with the Pelicans. But I think at the end of the day, he was a young kid from the G League Ignite program that we've seen at this point is the standard now. And he had deficiencies on the offensive end as far as being able to shoot and just wasn't really consistent.
That's true.
And when you got like vets over you that is bucket getters like CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, like it's going to be hard to crack that and really be hard to show what you can do like on the offensive end. So I think I will say they gave up on him too early, but whether that's Willie's fault, we don't know. But we know at the end of the day, that goes through the GM, that goes to the front office, those trades. So, but I think maybe this season could have been it for him if he was still a Pelican. We would never know.
With all the injuries, BJ Brandon Boston. Man,
he has Mishi too. Their rookie's been really, really good. I've been
enjoying him. I like him. Man, the Pelicans lucked up getting him. The Pelicans lucked up getting him. I think
we showed him a lot of love pre-draft.
He's one of the pieces they should keep, and that's one of those guys you keep and you try to really work on his skill set and see if can he develop into something much more.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't, it's not a problem. You maximize what he's elite or good at, and you just make sure he's perfected that to the craft. So I like him as a rookie. I think the Pelicans are an awful organization, honestly.
I need Trey Murphy and Herb Jones to get up out of there
at 110%.
Because it's already happening to them. Trey Murphy was hurt. What was it, a meniscus?
Herb
in the beginning of the season, he was out.
Herb Jones. I don't even, man, listen to me. I don't know if it's the water, the food. I don't know. But, man, listen. But New Orleans, to me, they're not going anywhere. I don't even know what direction they got going at this point. Zion, CJ McCollum. What are you doing with that, to be honest with you? You're not doing anything with that. No. Jordan Hawkins, I
love J-Hawk, man. I love J-Hawk, but it just seems like he's inevitably going to fall victim to what they are.
Like, it's, man, that organization, I don't know what the future holds for them at this point. I don't know. Zion should be traded. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm really taking.
I think
Zion, Trace CJ.
We're talking about the future a lot when we talk college ball and we start talking mock drafts and stuff because they can use a lot in the draft.
Man, they should have tanked. Man, what? They should have tanked this year.
Yeah. Well, they don't got no choice but to now.
They all right. They kind of had to tank, but it's kind of like it's crazy. You're tanking with Zion, so it's like what draft pick that's going to be that much of a difference? How much? It depends where they land at in the draft too. Yeah. If they're not in the top 5, then it gets kind of spooky for the Pelicans.
Oh, for sure.
It gets spooky.
So what grade did you grade the Raptors already?
Oh, the Raptors get The Raptors get an A- for me but the reason why I'm not giving an A+ because I got to see how Brandon Ingram plays within the roster.
Fair
But
enough. I'll give him a B+ for that.
yeah, yeah, A-. The Pelicans.
What about for the Pels? They got Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk.
I like those two though, so that's why I'm gonna give it a
Bruce
B.
Brown hasn't played all season though,
and that's why I want to give it a B. I was gonna say B, but then you also, he hasn't played, so I got to give it a C. Kelly Olynyk is, you know why Kelly Olynyk is still fresh in my mind? Because he's the reason why John Wall didn't go to the conference finals. The Wizards
or something.
No. Kelly Olynyk. Remember when he went off in Game 7? Was it Game 7? Because John Wall hit the Game 6 game-winning shot. In Game 7, the Wizards was actually being the, and then Kelly Olynyk came and he was like, "Whoa!" And that pretty much. And I was rooting for the Wizards. I remember that very vividly. So it hurts.
A solid player, in my opinion, bro.
Gonzaga, he's a Gonzaga player. I don't know what Mark Few does as a coach, but those guys stick around the league and they have success to a certain extent in the league. I will say that with Mark Few.
Absolutely.
So, we'll
keep it moving though, bro. I got the
next. Let's get it. Come on.
Wizards and Grizzlies. And
listen.
King. The Washington Wizards received Marcus Smart, Kobe Jones, Alex Len, and a 2025 first rounder from the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies received 2 second-round picks, Marvin Bagley and Johnny Davis from the Wizards.
Johnny Davis.
And the Kings received Jake LaRavia.
I see why they gave up Johnny Davis. He hasn't done shit.
He's been garbage. He
hasn't done shit. And I think he was completely misevaluated coming to this draft.
Oh, absolutely. And I take fault for that. I completely misevaluated him. I thought he was
great. And he fooled everybody. You know why I say having a good year at college would do some wonders, especially when it's completely unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
He's a product of that. But Johnny, I mean, they gave him away. They clearly gave up on his development. Maybe, because he's not even 25. Let's see if he goes. What are the situations? If the new franchise, new scenery, new coaching. Let's see what happens, Kyrie. Let's see what Johnny Boy got in him.
You know what? He's in Memphis.
Let's see what he got.
They get hurt a lot, and
but Memphis is development.
He plays people.
But Memphis' development is awesome.
They are. They are.
Awesome.
But what helps that development is that their starting players, their main players are always hurt. So young guys always have the opportunity to come up and play. That's why we see Scottie Pippen Jr. That's honestly,
Scottie Pippen Jr. is taking the full advantage. He got that contract. He bought out.
And that's why Marcus Smart is gone. To be honest,
man.
On top of him not being available at all since he's been there, Scottie Pippen Jr. came in and started snapping. Every game Jaws out.
Every game.
He plays amazing.
Both sides of the ball too.
Exactly.
There you go. Marcus Smart was never the offensive player Scottie Pippen Jr. was. So it's like, man, he gives us the offense and he gives us the defense. What you feeling?
He's scrappy. I like Scottie Pippen Jr. a lot, man.
They was looking at Marcus Smart sideways like, shit, what we still need you for? And they pretty much, they did him dirty. Not did him dirty, but, that's what it's about. Availability is your greatest ability.
Can you feel the same? Can you feel the empathy I'm feeling for Marcus Smart? Because I look at it this way. Me and Lodge were talking about it as soon as he got traded.
Yeah,
he got traded right before the Celtics won their championship last year.
Right. That part. He got
traded to the Grizzlies.
Man.
He was banged up all last season with the Grizzlies. Been banged up all this year with the Grizzlies. Now he's with the Washington Wizards.
It's crazy how his career trajectory just went, man.
It's
one of them type of trajectories, like, for him, I've amassed all the money I've amassed playing this game, but the joy of it was long taken away from me. Like, I feel like for him, I don't even know how he's able to, be at peace sometimes, because I would really find it tough the team that I was with at the bottom. We was rebuilding. The Celtics were really bad for a minute. People forgot. Celtics were bad for a minute, 2, 3 to 4 years. They were bad. That's why they got them draft picks back to back to back. He
Yeah.
was with them through the rebuild. He saw the rise. He's been through the turmoil with Kyrie and the bad bitter breakup between that. He was one of the bright spots after that, and he upgraded his play after that. To be honest with
Won
you,
Defensive Player of the Year.
there we go. And man, and you think it all put together, and then he gets traded, was a trade I think the Celtics weren't wrong to make, and they certainly weren't wrong to make because look what it brought them. So you can't ever look at that and say they're wrong for making a trade, right? They won a championship off it, so it's completely justified. But man, when you think about Marcus Smart and when you think about him not being on that title, knowing that he was been with them since 2014, been with them through every step
Bro,
of
he
the
had the green
rebuild.
mohawk. He had the green
Green
mohawk, bro. Like he was a Celtic, dog. Like when I think of
green
Marcus
mo.
Smart,
You
bro,
know
I think
how
of
embarrassed. You know how stupid he looked with that green mohawk. I used to laugh at him. It was like, but that's how. But he was. You could tell he was Celtics till he died.
mm-hmm.
And you know, as the Celtics fans, the Celtics, the community, they loved them. They
They
loved
love him.
Marcus Smart.
They love
So
him.
and they embraced him, and he embraced them, and you hate it, man. You hate that. I know. I don't know how. I don't even know if he finds joy playing basketball anymore.
What do you think?
But
What do you think his career looks like from here on out? Him being with the Wizards
man,
right
I
now.
mean, listen, it depends where his heart's at. I mean, he'll obviously want to play for financial reasons. You know, he'll play for that. But I really think in terms of aspect, this is a podcast. We don't just talk about just on the court skills. We talk about the athlete's real life. And, you know, we dive a little bit deep on this podcast. That's why it's called the Restricted Zone. We really
Mm-hmm.
dive deep. So I just think for him, wherever his mental is at, however long but like I said, the Wizards might not even keep him. They might just let him go too, but you
Yeah.
know, man, it sucks for Marcus Smart, Kyrie. You right. To see this guy's career go like that type of career where you go from day and night
Mm-hmm. Where
to
you was the
to
cornerstone, like you were the heartbeat of it.
you was yes, you it's
You the
not even
heartbeat.
like Marcus Smart was just like that, like some role player that was really, really nice. He was a valuable piece. You won
Mm-hmm.
defensive player of the year as a guard. How
Yep.
was the last time a guard won defensive player of the year?
It's Gary Payton.
So it's like most, you know, you don't really give up that kind unless you get offered what you get offered, and you
Right.
get, you know, hey man, that's the business. I mean, look at what the Mavs did, and Anthony Davis looked like a monster. To be honest with you, I was kind of like, huh,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie. I was like, hold on a sec. But let's not get off topic. But go ahead, Kyrie.
Yeah. So with the Wizards, bro, I'm gonna just start giving grades for the Wizards. I getting
AJ
the
Johnson to the Wizards is phenomenal, though. I love that for his development.
we well that was we can tie that in too because they got Chris Middleton in that trade also.
He's another one who's correct. But his thing was he was always hurt. Availability is the greatest ability. And he
Yeah,
was
he
30.
started breaking down fast.
How old is Chris Middleton? 35?
He's
34?
probably around there too. I think he was the same draft as Jimmy, if not like the year after.
What I see with Kyle Kuzma, he's gonna fill the Chris Middleton role. The third option. But he's
Yeah.
not as good as the shooter as Chris Middleton. That's my worry. But is that because he was on the Wizards and he was the main focal point? So the defenses just swarmed him because he shoot at least 28%, if I
But
remember correctly.
we
So
knew we knew Kyle Kuzma being the number 1/2 option for the Wizards was too much for him, bro.
yeah,
That was too much for him. I think him being number 3 in Milwaukee, like you're saying,
it's
I think
perfect.
that's
It's
perfect
perfect.
because that's a guy that he can still get his own bucket. He's he's a solid out. He's like an average outside shooter.
Oh, he can score. He can score.
Can handle the ball. He's a bigger body too. So
Yeah.
he's younger.
Yeah, he is younger. Yeah, that
the
part.
Bucks made out okay with that trade. But as far
Kyle
as like,
Kuzma 27, right?
nah, I think he's a little. I think he might be closer to 30.
No.
Kuz?
No. Him and Lonzo was in the same draft, right?
Kuzma, yeah, but Kuz played for a while in college.
Oh, he did. He did play for a while in college. He played 3 years in
Yeah,
Utah, I
he's
think.
29.
Yeah. He played 3. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Shit. It has been that long. 2017. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But I'd like Kuzma. I think he's playing the Chris Middleton role. That's the only reason why you make this trade. Chris Middleton to the Wizards. He's the mentor for the Wizards. He's gonna mentor those young guys.
That's what I was getting at as far as Marcus goes, because I really like him for like them two for like Bub and Keontae George.
Yeah.
That's what I was seeing. No, not. I'm sorry.
Not
Keyshawn.
Keontae, Kayshawn Jordan. I was just about to
Keyshawn
say,
George. Yeah,
Keontae.
Keontae's on the Wizards. I mean,
AJ
on
Johnson too. Throw him in that mix. I love that for AJ. I love AJ Johnson going to. When the Bucks drafted AJ Johnson, I was like, that was the dumbest.
because he
Completely
wasn't
bet.
going to play.
It was stupid to me.
He wasn't going to play.
It made no sense.
Yeah, but I got high hopes for AJ Johnson. I think he'll. But
on the Wizards, yes, yes.
It's the Wizards, bro.
Now, Bub Carrington, AJ Johnson develop into something.
But even Bilal, Chris Middleton for Bilal would be amazing.
And but you know what? Before I even get excited on that backcourt, that all depends on who they get, where they land in their drafts. If they get a chance to get Dylan Harper, all those two are out the mix. You don't even care about those two.
Yeah, Bub gotta go off the bench.
Bub gotta go out. Yeah, Dylan. Yeah, you get Dylan Harper. Those guys.
Well, they got a chance to get like Ace, or even like I think who I think would be really good for them. Kaman Maluach from Duke. Their big man. I think him down there. I don't
like Kaman in the top 5.
But we don't know if the Wizards going to fall in the top 5. There's always a chance they don't.
That's true, but the Wizards are awful. I mean, I don't know. They going to be in that top 4 or top 3. Yeah. I would be shocked if they're not.
Honestly, I'm high on Maluach though. Because look at this, bro. That allows Sar to play the 4, and he don't got to bang down. He don't want to. He wants to shoot.
Yeah, Sar
wants to shoot.
Yeah, Sar.
He wants to play from the outside, and Maluach, bro, he's an anchor. Feel me?
I just don't like I don't know, but you're right. We don't know, but the Wizards in him is a good match. I like that. I think that's a good match. I gotta look deep into the draft. I think it was a big man. Oh man, I forgot his name. I thought, man, he's really intriguing. If he keeps playing well, he could slide into that top 10.
Even Derek Queen, maybe.
Derek Queen, he's definitely playing.
Yeah. Derek Queen is
man.
Tough.
Listen, we gonna say the draft talk for another episode, man. We getting caught up in the draft talk, boy. That's how much we love the draft, man.
I know, bro. I'm gonna keep it pushing though, because we kind of slid into it while we was talking about the Marcus Smart to the Wizards trade.
Okay, yeah.
And we pulled up the Bucks because they were part of a trade with the Wizards as well. That sent like we mentioned, Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson to the Wizards. In that trade, the Knicks, we got DeLon Wright from the Wizards. And I
like that for you guys.
They got Kyle Kuzma and my guy Jericho Sims, along with some second-round draft picks. Even though Sims was like our third-string center, I think he'd be a nice little. I think he'd be a nice backup for Brook.
Yeah, you guys were getting no burn, and I'm surprised you guys didn't trade Mitchell Robinson.
I don't think anybody wanted Mitch, to be honest with you.
He was hurt. Then he tore his Achilles, I think.
I can't remember what it was.
He tore his ACL. Well, somebody will fact check that. We'll fact check that. He had a major injury that took him out for at least the rest of the year, I think.
Yeah.
So I can see why. They got to see how he comes back on that court. But I will say that though, I like what you guys got him right. I think he's a serviceable backup point guard for you guys.
Oh, he's a Tibbs guy.
Yeah,
he's a Tibbs guy. He's smart with the ball. He's a Tibbs guy.
Basketball IQ. Yeah, Tibbs will love him. Tibbs will love him. I just hope Tibbs don't overplay him, but he won't.
I don't think he will.
I
think this move, us moving Jericho and not getting any big back in return is a clear indicator that we just going to bring Mitch along slowly off the bench, because I think he got cleared to practice with contact this week. So
Mitchell. I don't think you guys should really want to trade Mitchell. You guys really don't.
I don't want to trade him.
Yeah,
but he's always hurt. But when he's not hurt, he's the best offensive rebounder in the league.
Right. I was going him and Cat. I think that would be like your own little Minnesota, like. Yeah. You know.
You got Precious in the mix too, who's real gritty, gets rebounds.
You know, that's your J.D. McDaniels low key kind of.
Yeah, well, kind of, sort of. Nah. Yeah, Jay McDaniels, he lock up. I can't lie.
He shuts shit down. Dude, it's just that offense. He
got an edge to him too.
If he was consistent offensively, boy, he would help out the Wolves so much. But man, I think you guys don't need to trade Mitchell Robinson. But you're right, availability is the greatest ability. bringing him
Yeah,
on slowly, and let's see how he works with Cat. It
and let
should
him be
work
healthy
with
for the
Cat.
playoffs.
Let him be heavy for the. And don't rush it. You got Cat still. I mean, it should work. Cat should work with Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing for you to feel like that should make you feel otherwise that it wouldn't work.
No, absolutely.
Nothing. But you guys getting right. I like that for you guys. I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give it a B plus. I'm gonna give it a B
Okay.
plus. Cause I gotta
I'm,
see. I gotta see how he fits with the Knicks still though. For me to upgrade that to A minus.
what do you give the Bucks for getting Kuz and Jericho?
I think they get an A minus. I think Kuzma. You know what? You know what? Let me rephrase that. I gotta say B. Kuzma is 28% from the three. That keeps striking in my head. I watched him play.
He
He's
takes
missing.
a lot. He had to take a lot of shots though.
I have to see him and Dame, and I've got to see that. Like, I'm gonna give it a B for now because it's nothing. I'm not against Kuzma as a player. I like
Mm-hmm.
Kuzma a lot as a player. And to have him as your third option, he's way younger than Chris Middleton. He pretty much does a lot. Not exactly what Chris Middleton does because I think he does some things that Kyle Kuzma doesn't do, and Kyle Kuzma does some things that Chris Middleton doesn't do. Like off the bounce, Kyle Kuzma is a lot younger, so he's more springy. He's more, more athletic. Just turns him getting active for the boards and stuff like that. He has been a lot more active on the boards since he's been on the Wizards. So I will say that. Having Kyle Kuzma being the Chris Middleton role, I really want to give it an A minus, but I gotta see him shoot. I gotta see how he plays.
I feel it.
But I'm gonna give it a B.
I could agree with that.
I'm gonna
I
give it
could
a
agree
B.
with that, and I'd probably I'd give the Wizards a B too, just for getting some veteran talent that even though Middleton don't got a lot left in the, what I'm not going to say don't got a lot left in the tank. I'll say he's not what we are accustomed to seeing of him. And Marcus Smart, same thing. We haven't really seen him on the floor much, but we know for a fact those are locker room guys. Those are guys that their teams, their respective past teams, enjoyed having them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to be huge for the young guys, bro. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Bilal, Bub, Keshawn George.
Under
Think,
their tutelage, yes,
yeah,
I think it's nothing but beneficial.
I think they're going to be good for them. But we move on. Some more Eastern Conference teams, bro. I didn't see this one coming. I'm not going to lie to you. The Atlanta Hawks traded DeAndre Hunter to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cavs won.
Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, 3 second-round picks, and 2 pick swaps.
DeAndre Hunter for Karis LeVert, give me that 10 out of 10, 7 days of the week, 365 days of the year. The way DeAndre Hunter's been playing too this year, the offensive leap he's took, I never thought I'd see Hunter take that leap. He took that leap. So
you know what the thing is with him? He showed spurts of it, but it was never something
he did
he could fully grasp.
Right, he wasn't because he's so consistent with it.
Right.
But something clicked, and I know he must have put massive work over this offseason. Mm-hmm. It's all coming together. You give the Cavs a guy like that for Karis LeVert, and now I'm looking at the Hawks like, okay, when are you guys moving Trae Young now? Because you guys when are they moving Trae Young now? Like, are you guys moving him? Are you guys letting him walk in the off season, trade him in the off season next year? Because I feel like when you give up a guy like your top 5 pick, like Hunter, and he's playing this well too, what's your incentive? What direction are you going when you trade a guy like that? And Karis LeVert, I like Karis LeVert. I'm not listening to me. There's no way I'm not against Karis LeVert. I really am fond of Karis LeVert, to be honest with you. But look at what DeAndre Hunter is doing.
But honestly, I think this is my answer to that. I think the Hawks are infatuated with their new toy in Dyson Daniels, bro. The shiny new toy in Dyson Daniels.
Oh, hey, I don't blame him though, because he's a revelation. Because
I don't blame him. But the other thing is, they also got rid of Bogdanovich, who we'll touch on that.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, we'll touch on we'll touch on that later.
You touch on that later.
As far as the Cavs getting D Hunt, bro, like the first thing that came to my mind is he's such an upgrade from Isaac Okoro.
Oh, big things.
Was as like kind of like their guy that goes out there to guard threes.
Yeah.
But he's such an upgrade from him, bro, because he can knock down threes consistently. He's a little more comfortable handling the ball. He's just Hunter's such a smart player too.
He definitely is.
Days at UVA, he's a smart player, and it honestly scares me being a Knicks fan, knowing that we might have to, fucking bump heads with the Cavs in the playoffs at some point, bro. But having,
I don't think you guys are better than the Cavs too. I ain't gonna lie to you guys.
hey, and that's fair. That's fair.
I think the matchup wise, but Donovan Mitchell has been. I don't know. We'll see.
That's fair.
We'll
Let's
see.
talk about what the Hawks got. You said
he said that's fair. He don't want to go back for it. We ain't gonna do it now.
No.
We gonna go later.
I say it's fair.
It's fair. It's fair.
The Cavs one in the East right now. I can't argue that.
All right, it's cool. No, you should argue that, but go ahead though. We gonna let you rock out.
This is the thing, Colin. I'm not an irrational Knicks fan. So like perfect example yesterday. I'll big us up. I'll big us up when need be. Like when Mark was talking about the superstar conversation and he brought up De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
He's not a superstar. I said Jalen Brunson's a superstar though. That's not me being no delusional Knicks fan. That's me. I really believe that. Like so, I talk my shit about him when I feel like I'm in the right space.
You know what?
I'm inclined to.
But as far as you think the
Cavs is better, I'm not going to try to change your mind. Hey, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
But I will say this. I think the Cavs give me Hawk vibes. I really do.
I remember you telling me like the 2013.
I told you this. Behind the scenes. I think the gave me, but we'll see in the playoffs though.
I think the Cavs are a little more stable, bro. And I'm glad we're talking about them because I've tuned into them a lot this season, and the thing that's like they have a system, bro. They have a way of playing, and they stick to that. Their guards, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell are going to do what they got to do as far as scoring.
100%.
At the same time, when they run that pick and roll, they know to get that ball into the middle of the floor to either Jared Allen or Evan Mobley. And those two, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, they must have been working together in the offseason too because they're big passing. Yeah. They throwing lobs to each other, throwing little shovel dump off passes to each other.
That's hard work. That's all hard work. They worked in the all season.
I can't remember who I was watching them play, but I was watching the Cavs play somebody. I want to say it was the Lakers, but like 7 plays in a row, bro. Darius Garland pick and roll, dump off to the middle of the floor. Somebody had it there. Got the ball into the middle of the floor. Somebody had it there, made the play. They get that ball to the middle of the floor, bro.
Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, like the mobile bigs too. Those guys can move. They can move their feet.
They get in transition too.
Exactly. They can move their feet. They're not slow footed and they nimble, move their feet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So bro, I will say that maybe it's a little bit disingenuous calling them the Hawks because the Hawks never had that kind of defense like the Cavs do. Mm-hmm. So, but we'll see though. But on the trade, DeAndre Hunter to the Cavs, you shitting me? The Cavs win. It's an A+. Oh, I'm so excited. It's just how he'll blossom with the Cavs, if anything. Mm-hmm. Now you know what? Maybe with that guy, the Cavs might really. I don't know if the Celtics. Man, Celtics the only team. Y'all the Celtics, Bucks too. Mm-hmm. Bucks too. I've given up on the Magic. I don't think they'll make any noises the playoffs. I don't know what's going on with the roster besides injuries.
That Paolo
and I don't know what's going on.
Paolo, Franz, and Suggs all got hurt like right after one another. So that really fucked everything up.
That fucked the chemistry up because sometimes when I watch them play, it's like offense, but it's like you gotta make it work when you got two talents like that. You gotta figure it out. You got to.
See, I don't think Anthony Black has taken that step yet, bro. To really,
they need to play Cole Anthony. At least let him play 25 minutes. They only he's actually pretty good.
He is good. But the thing is, he's passive sometimes.
That's because I think he got a short leash. I think he's kind of got a short leash, and I think it's kind of not fair.
Okay,
but we're not NBA coaches. Who are we to say anything, right?
I mean, we be watching though. Feel me?
We do watch it. I be seeing him. It's like times like, man, why is this guy only playing this? Come on. But I don't know. I've given up on the Magic this season. I don't. Maybe they'll shut me up. Other half at the All-Star break, they go on the run, make me look like an idiot after this episode. But as of now, they're not doing nothing in the playoffs. I really don't see them doing that.
So what do you give the Hawks and what they got back for DeAndre Hunter? What do you give them?
I like Karis LeVert, so I'm gonna give them I don't know what direction. Karis LeVert. Okay. Trey at the 1, Karis LeVert at the 2. No, Dyson Daniels at the 2, Karis LeVert at the 3. 4, Jalen Johnson's out for the year, right?
Yeah, he's out.
So Clint Capella at the 5. Who's at the 4? Onyenka.
Probably,
Onyenka.
yeah. Or
I'm gonna give it a B. But I
I
just
can't.
don't know what the Hawks are doing.
I can't give it a B.
I like Karis LeVert fits in there. Quinn Snyder is gonna utilize Karis LeVert, but Karis LeVert was already so much. He was so great under Kenny Atkinson. I mean, how much better can you use him with the
Yeah,
Hawks?
right.
So it's like maybe you're right. Maybe a B is way too high. But I like Karis LeVert, so maybe I'll give it a B minus. That's as low as I could go because it's not a bad move for Karis. It's not a bad for Karis LeVert to go to the Hawks. I just don't know why you would give up DeAndre Hunter though.
Yeah, especially like you're saying, as well as he's been playing this season.
As
I'm gonna
well, like
keep
the
this.
leap he's took.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Come
to give it like
on,
a
you
C
don't.
minus for that, man.
You know what? Just of the strength of that, you right. You don't get, and he was your top 5 pick. Why do you like? You look at the development he took.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying what direction. Like, okay, so are they looking to trade Trey Young or something then? Because why do you like? Why do you do that? But well, I don't know. We'll wait and see what the hard direction is, man.
We're gonna keep it moving, Brody.
Let's
Uh
go.
Lakers got their big man. This one shocked me too. I can't lie.
I
I
love
never
that so
thought
much.
about it. Mark
I
Williams.
I love
Mark
Mark.
Williams to the Lakers.
I love it.
Mark Williams to the Lakers, and the
I love
Hornets
it.
received Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first round pick, and a 2030 pick swap.
Hornets, they get their draft picks because they're looking to tank. I love that for the Hornets. They see now like whoever was tanking under the management of them, they want to throw all that shit away. They want to say, you know what like they're trading away everyone who was drafted that wasn't under the new front office of the Hornets now,
Well,
right?
I think Mark was.
So
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Mark was because Mark was the year before. You're right.
yeah. So Charles Lee, he's like, yo, all right, LaMelo, he's our franchise guy. We already signed him to a max extension. That's our guy. Brandon Miller, that's our guy. Future, like he's a bucket. We know what he can do. He's a great number 2 option. Boom, we got our guy. Number 3, who's our third option?
Miles
Depending
Bridges.
on Miles Bridges, I don't know if he'll be here long term. It really depends who they get in that draft. Because if they get an Ace Bailey, if they get I don't never see the Hornets getting the number 1 pick. The Hornets will never get the number 1 pick. So they out the flag capture. But if they get an Ace Bailey, do you think they would draft Dylan Harper if they was to be if they was in the number 2 or 3 pick? You think they draft Dylan Harper?
I don't see why not. Honestly.
I'm taking Dylan Harper, even if I got LaMelo. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I'll try to make it work, if anything. But the Hornets, I like it for them. I'm gonna give them a B plus. I mean, because Dalton Connect, I always felt like JJ Redick wasn't fond of Dalton Connect. I don't know if you saw like the little video of the play, like you saw the little highlight when JJ Redick had a play set for Dalton Connect to run up, and Dalton Connect didn't do it. He was too passive, or he passed up. And you ain't see JJ Redick was just all over him and just saying, man, and he's done that a couple of times with Dalton Connect. And I just felt like Dalton Connect, he gives you a lot offensively, but defensively, he's kind of a liability. And it's like Dalton Connect is what, 23, 24 years old? So you kind of know what he is at this point. I mean, not to say, I still say everyone can still develop and improve. There are guys who've still elevated their game. Norman Powell elevated his game, right? So, guys can still elevate their game in the mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, like before 33, before he's 34. Mm-hmm. So Dalton Connect, I like him on the Hornets. I think Charles Lee's going to utilize Dalton Connect. I still feel like he'll have a good NBA career. I thought JJ Redick was the coach. If there was a coach that would be able to use a guy that can shoot like Dalton Connect, I thought it would be JJ Redick, but it seems that's not the case. So let's see how he does with Charles Lee without the expectations on the Laker and pressure and the bright lights. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything underlying with that connecting. I think the Lakers really coveted him, and I think they're really proud to be able to get him. And after so many teams passed on him, and he had a very good start to the season. He had like a little hiccup, like for a while. He was very,
No,
very.
he
Then he picked it back up a little bit.
he played good for the first month, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that, he played like a rookie.
But the whole thing with him and JJ, I think JJ actually expected a lot out of him, and I think JJ was willing to work. But I think the need for a big man outweighed all of that. I think the need for a big man to Luka Sanders. He wanted a rim runner. He wanted a guy that's mobile, that can go up and catch lobs, that can rebound and start breaks. I think the need for that, and Luka wanting that is what drove to that. And I don't blame him. I think it's an even trade now that I sit back and think of it. And the Hornets as you were explaining it, the Hornets might have got a bit of a. We might be looking at this like the Hornets won in some years, because I love Mark Williams to death. Been on this pod, been talking about him since his Duke days, bro. Love him to death, and I think he could be a great player in this league. But his first two seasons, bro, he's been out a lot. He's been hurt a lot.
Only concern.
He hasn't played much. In the games he does play, and he's phenomenal. Damn near 20 games, he's getting blocks.
He's played well this year. Besides being missing with the games he's played, and he's played well.
He just played very well, bro. I got him on my fantasy team. He's like a cheat code out there. I ain't gonna lie. But I think if you can't get him healthy, or he continues to struggle with staying available and staying on the floor, bro, it could be really bad for the Lakers. And that's my only gripe with it. If not,
that's the only concern, honestly.
If not, bro, it could be phenomenal. And
because him and Luka,
looking at what that Lakers starter lineup would be. It will be Luka, Austin Reeves, Bron, Rui, and Mark.
I just want anyone who questions Mark Williams. Like I want anyone to question Mark Williams. The type of bigs a guy Luka runs with, he can't run with a slow-footed big.
No.
He's got to run with vertical running type. Look at what
big.
Right. Look at what he transformed. Dale Gafford's always been a good, nice player, especially on the Wizards.
Let him go.
Your Bulls let him go,
let him go.
And I would pay attention to the Wizards when they was really bad, and they are still bad. And he was the only guy I noticed that played really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I always liked him. So when he went to the Mavs and he played with a guy like Luka, this guy, then he go for like perfect field. Then he go like 20 for 20. Was it 18 for 18 or something? Like
the conference finals or like the finals.
He like look at Luka, like he made Dale Gafford look like a guy, like a top 10 center. Look at what he did to Derek Lively. He made him look like like he was a steal of the draft.
Yep.
So now it's like that's why I say this is one of those trades both teams win. The project franchise rebuilding team wins. They get the draft picks. They get a good rookie and don't connect. I like it. And then for the Lakers, they get the big man that Luka needs, and then Luka and Bron, two of the best generational passes. And yes, I'm talking about Magic Johnson, three of the best generational passes. But you got two of them on the same team. Do you know how much Mark Williams' play is going to elevate? He just has to stay healthy. That's it. That's literally the only thing. He just got to stay healthy. That's it.
Yep. And you got Jackson Hayes backing him up, which is not a bad option. He's the same type of dude.
Perfect. It's perfect. Like they both win in my opinion. They both get A+ in my opinion.
This is my thing, though. I like that the Hornets got them. What we was talking about, they got them their draft picks for the future.
Right. They're clearly gonna blow. They're gonna redo this all over again. I love it. I'm full board with it. They know direction they're going.
Got you a young shooter and don't connect. You got your Cam Reddish. Sadly,
stop. No.
He said no.
No. You're not doing Cam Reddish. I'm done. I gave up on him a long time.
Give it a grade, bro. We gonna keep it moving.
They both get A+ in mine. They both got. He really threw Cam Reddish in there. I know he was traded, but still, like, don't even mention that guy. But I think they both get A pluses. They both get what they got. I love it. You know what? Cam Reddish is playing on a team with no expectations, then they're not gonna do a shit. So you know what? He might just play out of his mind, Kyrie. He might just play out of his mind.
I gotta give a shout out to a Hornet who's playing out of his mind, and I think could kind of fill the shoes of Mark Williams leaving. My guy
Ooh,
Musa Diabate, man.
I like
He's
him. A nice
yo.
piece.
I was
They got to
watching.
keep him.
I was watching them play yesterday against the Spurs. Great game, by the way. Great game. Came out to the wire. De'Aaron Fox hit the last minute shot and they waved it off because it was just a hair too late.
Crazy.
But my boy Musa was out there rebounding. He caught a body on Wemby's head. Like he was out there blocking shots. Like he's really turned into a great player, man. And the Clippers lost that. Man. But I just had to give a shout out to him. I think he's going to fill in nicely for Mark Williams being gone, and not to mention he got Nurkic too from the Suns in the trade.
I don't know what he's clearly don't fit their timeline. So I don't.
The Hornets like to get up and down, bro. They like to run. So
I don't know. I don't know. He's there, but he's not there next season. I know that much.
I'm gonna bring up one more trade. Oh, I'm gonna get my grades. I'm on the same line as you. I'll get a Lakers an A. I'll probably get a Hornets an A too because they got some nice pieces now that's somewhat serviceable, and they got picks for the future. That 2031,
that part,
the Lakers being unprotected, that one.
The Hornets are gonna be if they draft right this year, and I expect them to draft right. Michael Jordan's not the owner of the squad no more, so he's not owning the squad. You got a competent GM with a competent head coach now. If they draft right. And starting with this draft, next year's draft, it may be 2027. The other guys are laughing at me. The Hornets could be a competitive team by 2029, 2030. If the chips fall where it should fall.
Sure, I would hope so. Melo will be almost year 10. Or be in year 10 at that point.
That's why I said it. That's what I mean.
I would hope he makes it past the play-in tournament by 2030.
But it's a strong chance LaMelo might go 10 years never sniffing the playoffs. So it's a real, that's the real, I don't know what the Hornets, but we know that they are rebuilding and they're starting to rebuild all over again, which I am 100% aboard. I'm all for it.
I'm gonna bring up this last trade, bro, because we had alluded to it earlier, and it involves a guy that we this pod is a big fan of.
Oh.
The Clippers have traded Bones Highland, Terrence Mann, and 3 second-rounders, 25, 26, and 27, to the Hawks for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
I like Bogdan Bogdanovic. The Clippers, what the open looks James Harden's going to create for him, watch his play you'll start seeing some highlights. You'll start seeing him on social media like, oh my God.
Bench, yeah,
like you're definitely gonna see that. But now Bones Highland, he got traded. The Hawks waived him. I saw a notification that the Hawks waived him.
And that's what I was alluding. That's what I was getting at, bro.
I don't know if a team will pick. You know what it is? I think he may not get picked up by a team because his reputation, right? He got a reputation of. It started with Nuggets when him and Jamal Murray had a little friction, whatever that was, and they ended up shipping him out to the Clippers. And the Clippers, he was getting some time. He was actually getting some time. He was getting
finally,
and he played.
He started getting a little bit of time,
No, not this season. When he first, before James Harden got traded in, he was actually getting some time and actually playing
for a little bit,
and then Russell came, and then James Harden came, and then
that shit down.
and then he was an afterthought after that. So he never got the opportunity. I thought with the Hawks, I'm like, he's undersized. Trae Young's undersized. They both don't play defense. I don't think the Hawks
They both love to shoot.
I don't think the Hawks was too keen on that. And then Bones he doesn't play deep. They're both horrible defenders. So it's like, what? And then the guy's skinny, so he got waived. I just feel like with Bones Highland, I really genuinely believe he just has to go to a team. It's 3 teams in my opinion. One, I think I don't know, Kyrie. I don't know if Bo Hines will ever get a shot. I don't know.
What are the 3 teams though?
The 3 teams that I thought that, in my opinion, that he could have, that I think could use him. I think Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks, you guys could use a guy like him off the bench.
We don't got no space for him as far as guards go.
You guys don't, and that's what I was thinking of too.
Remember we got Deuce McBride off the bench.
Yeah, I know Deuce McBride, and you guys got a couple pieces off the bench, so he wouldn't work. Another team I was thinking of was the Pistons. I thought JB Bickerstaff could do, but they just picked up Dennis Schroeder, so that's out the table for him. And it's a team in the East. They're all East because I don't see him thriving in no team on the West unless they're a team that's rebuilding.
Yeah.
And I think that's his only option to go to. I don't think no competitive playoff team, even the middle pack team, is interested in Bones Highland. I could be proven wrong, but at this point, like, I don't think he'll get another shot, Kyrie. And I hate that because I think he could do a lot of good things on the court if given the opportunity.
We've seen it from him as a rookie, and that's what I was talking to Elijah about, because when we seen the news that the Hawks was going to waive him off, we got upset, bro. Like that, we fuck with Bones heavy. Like we're fans of him, but at the same time, him coming out of VCU, bro, I think we were all aware of what his deficiencies were and what he was weak in as far as like his game, and like just being brutally honest, his deficiencies drive coaches crazy.
But him is effort too.
Hold on. Not being able to defend, as you alluded to, bad shot selection, and turning the ball over. And those are his deficiencies when he doesn't have it going. When he has it going, bro, like we seen when he played his rookie season in the with the Nuggets, Jamal Murray was out for the season. They got bounced out the first round by the Golden State Warriors, but Bones was still out there doing his thing as starting point guard as a rookie. Like, I still think he could do that, bro. I still think he has that in him as a backup point guard role.
Yeah.
And I think at the same time, bro, Bones puts behinds in the seats, bro. He's exciting to watch. Like when the coaches like there's times Mike Malone just let him have reign.
Mike Malone was kind of dissatisfied with him low key too, because the effort, because defense is okay. We can say what we say about physical, but Chris Paul was small, AI was small, some guys were small, but it's effort. Mm-hmm. It's effort. Those guys fought. And Bones just doesn't do that. So it's like, okay, you're not giving us what you really best at offensively. Now you're like a cone on defense. You don't even pass the ball good either.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Not a pass.
So it's like, what do you do? And it's like,
I score.
All right. So it's like, I understand both sides of like why he might not get another shot in the league, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I think he could be a contributor. Like, play the guy to his strengths. You know his deficiencies. You just got to say, hey, listen, we just want effort out of you, dude. Like, just give us something on the defensive end. Don't be a cone, and then see what happens.
And the thing that's not working in his favor is, bro, there's no shortage of guards in the league. Like, there's plenty of guards.
Oh, man.
There's a big shortage. But of guards, bro, there's plenty of guards. And we were talking about guys like Davion Mitchell, who, even though he's like 6 foot, 6'1", is going to go out there scrapping guard. Guys like Keon Ellis.
Yep.
There and defend.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got guys that are going to go out there and do that. Like Derek White, before he really popped off, he was that same guy. Go out there, defend, rebound. Like, Bones, he got to find a niche somewhere else, bro, outside of just scoring and being able to shoot and being an exciting playing, because that's cool and all, but like you said, though, and like we're like pretty much what we're alluding to, some weaknesses of his that drive coach is crazy, and you could tell.
I mean, Mike Malone, I feel like if you can't even play with Jokic, I just feel like where else can you play, to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. That's like the criminating thing that's going to indict him. Because it's like,
he was playing good with Jokic. The thing was, he wasn't meshing with Jamal Murray. He played phenomenal with Jokic. He did. Phenomenal might be a stretch, but
yeah, I don't know. I was like,
Collin, think back, bro. Don't have.
I don't see. I
Listen,
gotta.
think
I'm
back
not.
to
Listen.
think back to Bones' rookie season, bro.
I gotta watch. I gotta redo some research, man. It's been so long. It's been so long with Bones because he's never. It's just so long watching him on TV. So it's just like I don't know. It's kind of a little hazy with him. But I look at his deficiencies, and it's like as a coach, I would just have to see what my roster construction look like and see can my roster construction hide that guy's defensive deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
And if I realize my roster can't do that, and it's kind of like, ugh. Because is his offense that great that it can offside his defensive deficiencies? It's not.
Not yet.
So Trae Young's offensive, he's so great offensively that what he like,
You get
yeah.
what you can do on defense. No, I get it.
And I still say Trae Young really has a like. It's only so long Trae Young will be able to keep doing that, in my opinion.
Sure.
Yeah, I really
guys like him have like steep fall offs, like
like.
hard.
Oh yeah, when he hits like his 30s, like when he gets to like the mid 30s, we'll kind of see what kind of stuff is kind of going through right now.
Isaiah Thomas, our Isaiah Thomas, he was one of them. A short guard, could score with the best of them, got buckets, but his fall off, man. And granted, injuries.
That hip for a small guy with hip injuries, that's almost like a big guy having like foot injuries.
Yeah.
Or foot problems. It's like you get terrified.
He had a bad hip injury, ended him.
You get terrified.
Yeah, man.
Like it's unfortunate. I think Bojan is talented, but if he does get a shot, he knows he's got to be humble and just work. Nothing but work, literally. But I guess that concludes episode 185 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. A hell of an episode, a two-man crew, just me and Khairi. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode. Listen to me, man. This NBA trade deadline has been so great that we really forgot the Super Bowl was literally within this weekend. Tomorrow, actually. So it's like that's how the NBA's dominated headlines. But don't forget, the Super Bowl is tomorrow, so we are Eagles fans. We had the Eagles winning. We didn't do an episode on the Super Bowl podcast because the NBA podcast dominated, and we were all very busy. But we needed to push the NBA out because it was just too dynamic. And
we had that Super Bowl episode right after though.
They had their Super Bowl episode right after though. Be on the lookout for that. That's why. Turn on the post notifications so you can be alerted and notified on all new episodes. Leave a like and comment and just share this out with your friends, colleagues, acquaintances, whoever's a sports fan in general. We really appreciate the support and help us out in the algorithm. You guys subscribe to us, stream our episodes. We don't take it for granted. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. We enjoyed you guys listening to this episode. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everyone. Shout out to you, Khairi, for the episode. Let's get it, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.